Hello, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and you're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role-playing games with friends. Which, amusingly, someone watched one of my early runs of Apocalypse World and pointed out to me, gosh, I guess you didn't play amazing tabletop role-playing games back then. We're just games. They called me out on it. It was great. I was very amused by that particular question. I guess they became amazing when I started running Star Wars Saturdays for such wonderful folks as we have here. Star Wars is Saturdays. It happens on Saturdays, and it is Star Wars games where I remix, drift, or just say, hey, this indie OSR small press tabletop RPG is set in Star Wars. And I've run or played over 100 of them now in the many years that I've been doing this thing. It's survived a pandemic. It's so dependable. This Star Wars Saturdays is. Uh, Fresh from last night, I went to Star Wars Night here in the Twin Cities for St. Paul Saints. It was a fun time. There were lots of clone troopers. Boba Fett was brought onto the field to participate in an event, and they gave away lightsabers, but they weren't really lightsabers. They were cute, but it was a good time. We are in the middle of our quarterly of a series called Jedi Hearts, which is a hack of Masks the New Generation. You might think, oh, Jedi Hearts, is it Monster Hearts? It is not. It is one of the oldest PBTA hacks, created originally by a person who co-designed Urban Shadows and The Watch, and then it fell into obscurity. And because it's Star Wars, it was never officially released. A designer I found on Itch actually picked it back up, refreshed it a bit, added a ton of newer playbooks that didn't exist when the original Jedi Hearts came out, which is cool. So the Masks superhero themed playbooks have been reskinned to different types of Padawans. We're running this game during the Clone Wars so that we can have lots of Padawans. The Clone Wars are happening, and we began the game on Coruscant at the big main Jedi temple, and this is the second session where the Padawans have uh, come aboard a large ship, a Republic uh, Acclamator class assault ship, which carries speeder bikes, LAATs, which are small personnel transports, and a few walkers, as well as some of the ATRTs, which we see in the Clone Wars, which a solitary clone trooper would ride, and you can and actually half exposed. You see this in the currently out now Mandalorian and Grogu movie, beginning Mandalorian and Grogu are upon aboard. So I guess it's not just a one man thing. It can be a one man and one small baby Yoda, two person, one and a half man, one and one third man. I don't know. I don't do the math on that. That said, the assault ship is the Padawans are all staying aboard the assault ship in the officer sector, which has the bridge, as well as the bridge crew quarters. That is located. It kind of looks like a shuttle. I'm thinking maybe it is a shuttle. We'll do a little bit of like, if so, then it separates, but we don't know if that's true. It'll be a surprise for later if that is a thing. Um, but our Padawans are aboard along with just a select trio of the mini Jedi Masters. There, they are headed to the Bothan system for their first mission. But let's talk about who is here. So Kay's running a bit late, but we do have returning player Mark, who wasn't with us last week. You are here. So Mark, if you could introduce yourself and tell us about your character.
Yeah, I'm Mark. I use he and them, and I'm playing Alali Holstack. She, her. Alali is the hot shot, and down to one lightsaber from her two. And yeah, going on a mission. Gonna be cool.
I wanted to talk to you about that, Mark. Are you because it's from a story reason, Alali
Mhm.
gave away that she had always been carrying that.
Yeah.
Do you want, like, is it a goal for you, the player, for a lolly to pick up another lightsaber, or do you like the idea of her with the single lightsaber?
I
So,
think I don't know if she knows that yet. I think as a player, I'm good with having one lightsaber for a while.
okay.
And then seeing like, yeah, what happens with what happened.
Okay. Cool. That's fantastic. I've been meaning to have a quick conversation with you, and I
Yeah,
appreciate
it
that.
opens up some fun.
It
Yeah.
does. And Dash, if you could introduce yourself, tell us about your character.
Hello, I'm Anders. I'm playing Nil Tassan. Um, and yeah, she's angry all the time. I think that's about it.
You're a Rancor. What else? What else needs to
Yeah.
be said?
Now, I should mention maybe my current love is Thana and my current rival is Evnos. And I'm doing that, have to remind myself, but also it may be useful to others to know.
And then finally, we have Steven. Please introduce yourself. Tell us about your character.
Hi, my name is Stephen. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm playing Thana Boer, whose pronouns are they, them. Thana is a Mon Calamari or a Moncow, but is an albino, which is in their society is a bad omen and I was ostracized. I was ostracized very young. So I'm fascinated with my culture that I came from. And I was taken in by the Jedi temple and trained in the ways of the Force. Um, and, you know, sometimes I get angry and sometimes I'm, trying to make peace. So, yeah. Um, I think that's it.
Cool. Uh, I'd like to kick off this session. I left some blank spaces on our map for us to fill in together. There's been a bit of chatter in our Zoom chat window, so I appreciate that. But I've stuck you upon an Acclimator class assault ship, mostly because it looks super cool and you can have a lot of clone troopers on it. But I haven't named it. So, what do we want to name this fine Republic ship? We have one of the cool cutaways. I stripped out from the original picture. If people do a like Google image search, you'll see there's a bunch of other stuff on this, and in fact, even a page break that I tried to weed out. But what do we want to call this fine ship? I'm imagining it's a newer ship. I'm going with the idea of you guys are new Padawans, and I'm continuing that with the theming. So this is a newly commissioned ship, fresh off the shipyards, and going out into her first mission. So what do we want to name this ship? Do you guys have any ideas for what to name it? I saw a list that Stephen provided because he's always so helpful.
I always struggle with names. So whenever you said something about naming the ship, I'm like, oh, let me search that real quick. And um, out of the names I saw on the list, I liked Beacon and Radiant,
Hmm.
and there's another one, but
And I see unless you were interested in Beacon, I
Hmm.
find the Beacon amusing because that is a playbook
Mask.
and mask, so it's nice recursive bit of thing. So
Yeah, for a new ship, Beacon is great.
all right, so we are calling this thing the Beacon. Fantastic. I'll rename the tab. And now we have the beacon. So now we're going to do a little bit of beacon aspects. What is, anyone can answer, what is one aspect of the beacon's newness that is kind of omnipresent? It could be a smell, it could be a certain aesthetic that someone thought was going to be fashionable and perhaps is off putting. Was something about his newness that is indelible or is a thing that we think is interesting as a motif for whenever we're on the beacon, someone may mention X or Y.
I'll go with this. So I think that the beacon really, like in most areas, has like a new car smell. Um, it smells very new. All the plastic and plastisteel and all that kind of stuff is outgassing. But there are certain areas where it's like overpowering, where it's like the acoustic gel that they put in place behind the walls is too loud and stuff like that. It smells too much. Yeah.
Excellent. Hey, Kate, welcome. I'm assuming this. Yeah, there we go. I see on the after the hash that is Kate. All we've done so far is a quick intro, and we're talking a little bit about the ship, which is now named the Beacon. That is what we have named the ship that we are all on. So I asked what's one aspect of the ship which is so new that is omnipresent and something that we could bring into the scenes that we have. And Steven's answer is that it still has that new car smell. It has a particular olfactory tang to it.
Mm.
Yeah. What is one creature comfort that exists on the beacon that it isn't necessarily a military necessary, but could be a creature comfort that is enjoyable or entertaining? Could be a place that was created up in the officers' sector of the assault ship that's a little out of place. It could be um, an accommodation.
There are like potted plants, especially in the officers area. But like every once in a while, there'll be like just where there's a nook that's unused, there's just like something green growing out of a thing.
That's awesome. And yeah, I think, Andesh, I'd be curious if you have thoughts on this one. I like the idea that we know that Jedi are going to be here running the ship because if you're a Jedi, you're a general. That's how it is. Like you go from regular ass person, clone, Jedi. What accommodation or uh, aspect of the officer's sector was added because of the knowledge? Yes, there will definitely be Jedi here running things.
I think they have like meditation spaces
Ooh,
um, for maybe like small chambers for individual meditation, but also for like, oh, here's this place where three, four, five people can sit together and meditate.
I'm imagining like flat
Very
steel view
bare and
screens.
austere, but yeah.
Baron and austere. I like that. That's good. I'm going to definitely put that into the right. Cool. If you take a look at the NPCs tab, I have added some NPCs in the ship crew. Um, the clones who have been assigned to the beacon are mostly all shinies, like, as in this is a fresh batch. I think their commander was pulled off of a detail to help lead this regiment. It's the 88th. Um, I wanted to pick a regiment that doesn't exist in canon so I don't break anyone's brain. So I did a little bit of research of all of the various, and there are legions and regiments. Little inconsistency there, but whatever. Legion is a regiment. Regiment is a legion, isn't it? Kind of. I don't know. Doesn't matter. This one's called a regiment because I like 88th Regiment. It sounds good. So I think the commander has fought in some of the early aspects of the Clone Wars. Most everyone else here are new. um, graduated. They've gone through training. They've been that grown and quickly trained up for this particular work with the aging, uh, expedited aging and the like. I also think that if you guys are okay with this, I stuck in the names and species helper tab suggested clone names. I think they all, other than the commander, at least at the start, because they could backfill as things go on. But for now, everyone has the prefix of BT. And this is a check in more than anything. I think they're new enough that they haven't started choosing their own individualized like code names. And that's something that we can explore as we go. I specifically tried to find clean helmeted clone troopers to stick in to our NPC keeper. But our captain, I had a bit trying to find Republic uniforms because if you search Star Wars Republic officer, you get nothing but Imperials. But then, as I do a little bit deeper research, the only real difference is that it's like a beige versus a gray. So, the picture that I have of a female captain, Evnos, if you could take a look in the ship crew, I'm not sure if you are there. I am highlighting it so you can click on my little icon to pop over to it. I'm curious, what do we want to name her? We could just come up with the surname, Captain what? What's interesting to you?
Hmm.
I know names are hard, but I do have a name of species helper, so feel free to steal from that or
Yes. So she's just a human. She's not a clone, just to be clear.
correct. She is a human. There are no female clones that are of public knowledge. Of course, there is female clones because we've those of us who watched the Bad Batch, but don't worry about that. This is a human. She is, uh, I, I don't know. Is this her first captainship? I think she looks a little young. Um,
Yeah. I think this is her first captainship. And let's go with I like this name that's on here, Bex Kolos.
cool.
Throw that into the side chat.
Yeah, great. I'll grab that name and Captain Bex Kolos. She's the captain of the Beacon. It's her first captaincy. I know that's not the term. Her first ship. I don't think it's the first ship she served on. It's the first ship she has become. First opportunity. Uh, anyone can answer. What are the rumors about how Bex got her captaincy? Is it rumors that she has connection to the Jedi, that she's related to a member of the Senate, um, or that she replaced someone who was supposed to be here originally through shenanigans? What is the dirty secret rumor about? Oh, well, Bex is only here because of X.
I think I like the person who was supposed to be captaining. Um, there was some misfortune that befell them, and so like maybe there's like two or three people in chain of command that you know bad things happened to, and she kind of was the next in line.
Oh, so like she was the like third in line kind of thing. So
Yeah,
the
yeah, like she's still like good at what she does and like deserves to be there, but just like got fast tracked a little bit tragically, maybe.
Can we say that like the captain who was supposed to be in charge is one of the people who was with the Jedi who were
Mm.
originally killed in our vision?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
oh, that's awesome. Okay. Um, what species do you think that uh, previous captain was?
Let's make him a Mon Calamari.
Oh, cool.
Yep.
So like Nadarveb was Moncall, and we had a okay, cool. Okay, I have stuck. We can name them later. Uh, cool. I love that. That's a neat wrinkle. So, as a reminder, shifting to personages, we have Captain Bex Kolos. The three Jedi Masters who have come on this mission with you are Ayla Sakura, Saisi Teen, and Sora Bulk. Uh, the four of you, along with Sylphanie Cece and Vali Ajar, are here as well. You're all quartered in the officers' sector, which is a section of the ship that actually literally sits above all of the rest of the ship, the beacon, our beautiful new car smelling. I'm just going to have to come up with a different thing than calling it a new car smell. Rich needs synonyms. Uh, where you are occasionally surrounded by potted plants, and there is there's small meditation sections. Yes, Evanos, there are Padawans who are here without their direct masters. So that does mean that Sylphanie is here without her master, Eth Koth, and let's see, Thana's master is here. Alali, your master. So Nil's master is not here, but Alali, Evanos, and Vali's master are here. So Volvith Mon is not here. I am curious, Nil, what did Volvith tell you about why he is not on this mission?
Ooh,
I'm not guaranteeing it's the truth. I'm just curious what he told you.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't think he gave me any details. I think he just said that. I think I asked if he was coming, and he said that he had other duties. It was just no real explanation.
Nice little non-answer to his own Padawan. Sweet. In the last session, um, you guys met Proxy, a holodroid specifically designed to help you train. You promptly broke Proxy, and Evnos bears the weight of that responsibility. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Evnos ran off, had a conversation with Sora Bulk, and I think that's where we had ended things. Is that anything I'm missing near the end there? Okay. We were one of the things that we talked about was that the quarters are tighter and more densely packed. I think all four of you are in the same quarters, which means that Sylphanie and Volley are in their own quarters. I think they have to share quarters with some of the officer crew. Um, Ayla, Sacy, and Sora Bulk all each have their own individual quarters. I think that Sora Bulk is in the quarters that used to be Captain Bex Kolos's before she was promoted. I think that's interesting. So we pick up. Does anyone have any start of session moves? I don't think so, but I wanted to check in. All right. So we begin our session with the lot of you coming into the ready room here at on the beacon in the officers section. It's a low, long conference table set with a hollow display in the middle. The officers who normally run the ship, primarily clones and Republic military, are not present. Ayla, Sakura, Seissitin, and Sora Bulk are here. And the four of you, as well as Sylphony and Vale, come in and take seats, but the masters are all standing at the far end. Once you've all come in and had a seat, the lights dim, and Ayla Sakura steps forward, gesturing to the table. And if you head to the Golm tab of our keeper, we're headed to Bathawi Prime. The planet in the Both system is a purple gas giant, fourth planet on the star system, 23 moons, as well as an asteroid belt. Like its twin, Ganache, the planet is named after a hero from Bothan mythology. We have a Republic listening post, which we have established during the early struggles that we had against the Separatists. It holds crucial information for the Republic on Separatist movement communications. The listening post has gone silent as of 6 days ago. Because the Both system is not currently directly engaged in any conflict, we are sending the 6 of you down to the listening post to meet with the Republic crew and staff and ascertain why the post has gone silent, to solve whatever problem is there. Do you have any questions?
Just so that I, as a player, understand, they're sending us 6 padawans.
Yep.
Jesus
There will be a
Christ.
small there'll be a small squad of clone troopers who will pilot the LAAT and escort you into the listening post. We will be available via holo communicator, but I must warn you that sometimes the gas giant does cause communications to be erratic.
Tell us about the priority here. Is it to get the people out, restore the listening post so that it starts transmitting again, destroy it if it's been taken over?
And Stacey Teen steps forward at that moment. The priority is to preserve life. If there are people who are in danger, save them. Secondarily, of importance is to gather what information you can about the movements of the separatist forces and to try to understand why the listening post has gone silent.
Yeah, I think Neil. No, she wouldn't raise her hand. I think she would. She's just like arms crossed, leaning back in her chair, and how? Hmm. Why are we? Why aren't the masters going?
And Sorabok says, because it is an easy mission and an opportunity for you to show aspects of your training, such as courage.
How? If they're silent and how do you know this is an easy mission? It could be anything down there.
And Sora says, we have trained you for anything. Trust in the Force.
Ooh, I think is there
He's telling you how the world works, how the galaxy works right now. He's telling
Yeah.
you that he has faith that you will do this. And so he is trying to lower your renegade and increase your knight. Do you accept his words or do you want to reject his influence? This is Sora Bulk, by the way.
Yeah. I want to reject that.
Yeah, nice.
So that's just a flat roll, right?
It is a
Oh,
flat
wait.
roll. You can actually choose reject
Reject
influence.
influence. Yeah, yeah. I don't need to know anymore. I can just select and click, and we'll see what happens. Um, that is a 4.
Miss. Their words hit you hard. Mark a condition and the GM will adjust your labels. Mark potential.
Oh, potential. That means I get an advance, so
Yeah.
I'll think about
I've moved
that.
potential down closer to the
Yeah,
advances area. Cool.
yeah, I saw. Condition.
Mm-hmm. And then I'll tell you how to rearrange your labels in a minute.
Well, oof. It's angry or afraid, but I'm not sure which.
Okay. That's
If
fair.
I'm choosing, then it's one of those.
You can choose.
Um, I mean, her default mood is angry, so I think she's angry that they are sending us down there and they just think it will be okay, and they like who knows what's down there.
Awesome. And because you have missed, their words hit you hard. And so I'm going to rearrange your labels differently. And I want you to lower your ordinary and raise your renegade.
Oof. So my ordinary is -2 now.
Correct. And your renegade is now a 3.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. 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 Cool.
And Sora looks at you. There's this moment of tension. We see Nil. Um, we see a little bit of like the angry face from Nil. It's kind of our default mode. How do we know that anything changed? I don't know. Uh, but then Sora Bulk steps back and puts his hands behind his back. And Ayla Sakura speaks up again. Are there any other questions? Dismissed.
Are there any secondary objectives? Obviously, life is important. Is there anything else we should consider?
Stacey Teen says, something has happened to the listening post. We'll find out what. That is our secondary objective. If, based on what has happened to the listening post, that will affect how we will react to it, how you will react to it. If the listening post was not, if communications have ceased, but we believe that it is still capable to remain active, then we will pursue that course. If the listening post was compromised for whatever reason, then you should take action to make sure that it is not in the hands of the separatists.
What if it was compromised by something we can't handle?
The masters pause for a moment. And Ayla Sakura says, Alali, we have faith in you. We have faith in the Force.
I think I have the vivid image of that red lightsaber in my mind.
Yeah, we may even like superimpose Cyril behind you in shadows as Alali considers this. And Sora says, if you think you're not capable of handling it, you may contact us and we will come down and solve the problem for you. And Stacey Teen does a half look to Sora after Sora. Stacey Teen gives a look to Sora like that was a little harsh, but Sora does not back down. And Ayla says, we come out of hyperspace in 10 minutes. Please prepare yourselves, Padawans. And then the masters will exit the conference room. And Sylphanie says, go on our first mission. This is amazing. Like this one's like going to the underworld, but like we're supposed to, and we can save people. This is perfect.
It's perfect. It's crazy. They're sending us out into a on a war mission, and they don't know what's happened.
I mean, that's what Jedi do, right?
Yeah, Jedi do that. We're not Jedi yet.
This is how you become a Jedi.
You're all just blind to how stupid this is, and she kind of punches the wall and stalks off.
I think Volley is just doing that thing where she nervously fidgets with her leku, and Evnos, when you say, "Yeah, this is what we're supposed to be doing," she looks, "Okay, yeah, that's Evnos said the thing, so good. I don't have to say the thing. That's good.
As soon as like she goes to look at Evnos, he immediately looks away, will not make eye contact.
Nice." She sees that, and there's a moment of like, "Oh, wait, I did the wrong thing." Uh, door opens, door to the conference room opens just a few moments after the masters have left, and a clone trooper steps inside and removes his helmet. And he looks just like all the others. Except maybe a slightly older than some of the work crew that you saw earlier. So now I will pause. This is the commander. He is not from the BT batch. He's from an earlier batch. Do we think that he still uses a designation, or has he chosen a code name for himself?
Oh, he definitely got a code name.
Cool. I like that. I like that a lot. All right, sweet. So now we get to name our own clone trooper uh, as a reminder, and there are so many clones that have been featured. Most of them used uh, kind of call signs as their names. Everything from drop kick to fury to gear shift. But then we also have our canon, Commander Cody, Rex. So, what are some? Maybe Steven, you can give us like a large list. Uh, what's a name that this commander uses? Is it a like a regular human name that they've taken? Is it a descriptor of something they did early in their clone trooper career, or something that they have an affinity for?
I would like to put forth Gauge, spelled
Ooh,
Gauge. Um, I think he's shown propensity for like correctly assessing situations, and Gauge sounds like a regular name enough that you can get by it.
I like that. Everyone good with Gage? Sweet. So he comes in, he removes his helmet. I'm Commander Gage. Pleasure to have you aboard the ship. The commander of the clone troopers, I'm sending a squad with you. I think they are some of the best among this batch. They will work under your command, but if need be, they can offer suggestions and guidance. BT 104 is the sergeant in charge of that squad. They will meet you at the hangar, where you will go onto an LAAT and fly down. Do you have any questions? Any questions that the masters wouldn't answer for you?
Do you have any information about why communications possibly have been shut off? Do you think it's electronic error? What is your hypothesis given your knowledge?
Glances back at the door for a second. Communication dropped out of nowhere. Everything seemed normal. The one thing I will say is there's a clone trooper among them. Ledger. That's what he called himself. And something's gone wrong. I worked with Ledger before, and he would not let things just drop. The fact that it didn't trip any alarms is concerning. I half expect that when we come out of hyperspace that we'll find nothing but the wreckage of what was a listening post.
Do you have any known dialogue signals to indicate safety and or allyship that Ledger would be aware of?
That is awesome. And I think we're engaging a move. You're trying to assess the situation, are you not?
Yeah, we're maybe about to fight. Who knows? Question mark, question mark.
All right. So you're using the new Padawans tab that I've created. So if you go up on row 5, you'll see you can choose a move to assess the situation. It will auto-magically look at the appropriate label and see if the condition impacts. So you just click to roll. Oh, goodness.
Boo! I still get one question.
You do. Do you? Or is it because of a
Actually,
move?
oh, it's before entering a fight. I guess. Are we
Well, this
considering
is
this?
before entering a fight.
Yeah,
I'm okay with that.
yeah. I have be mindful of
Actually,
your.
hold on. Hold on a second. Hey, there's be mindful of your surroundings. I didn't know you're engaging that one. Check it
Oh,
out. With be mindful of your surroundings, it actually gives you your one question and even gives you the options.
huh. I'd like to just proffer the question I just asked.
Cool.
Hey, what hero can I use to essentially and show allyship to Ledger if we come across him?
Yeah. Sweet, sweet. Um, so what here can I use to show allyship to Ledger? Interesting.
Yeah,
I don't think
essentially
that's
something quick or that can be said that can easily convey, like, oh, hey, this is the cavalry. I can trust
yeah.
this.
He, Commander Gage smiles. Show me your lightsaber. Like all of us, we know to trust the Jedi implicitly. And like that is just the greatest answer for him. He's very happy to share with you. Yeah, we trust you guys implicitly. We'll do whatever you say. And with that, he gives a nod. Like obviously, this is all the end of this meeting, and there's an announcement from the captain that they will be coming out of light speed in 5 minutes. And people start getting uh, you hear preparations and communications. You can go ahead and take a turbo lift down to the hangar. Best of luck and may the force be with you. And he puts his helmet back on, steps out into the hallway. Ollie says, "Do we all have to go? Maybe I don't know. Maybe I should stay. I think Neil doesn't want to go."
Jedi does not contemplate in wants.
I think that's when Neil steps out into the corridor again, and she has put on like I don't know, some sort of heavy wilderness clothing or something, and like strapped a bunch of equipment to her. She's like prepared for or trying to be prepared for anything, and yeah.
Oh, by the way, Ethnos, please, she is giving it to you. Please mark that you have influence over Valiaja. You're the older one. You know what's going on. Your master didn't die. So feel free to tell her how the world works or, throw conditions at her or whatever you want, Evnos. She trusts you.
I think maybe I did just tell her how the world works.
Yeah, you did. So with NPCs, of course, they don't have labels, but they do have conditions. So you can surrender your influence to mark a condition, or you can just tell her how the world works and effectively, like, what are you trying to, if
I
she
think
had labels, what were you trying to do?
I think I am trying to move her knight up and her ordinary down. Very Stacey, essentially being like, this is your responsibility, kind of embodying Stacey's practices here. You know, uh, he's all about responsibility, being secure and someone your fellow Jedi can trust, being reliable, and so he's trying to push that onto her a bit.
She she listens, nods. Right. Okay. Uh, so all of the information that you see on the Golem tab of our character keeper is information that has been imparted to your characters as well. So you have a little data pad that's provided to you that has the layout for listening post Golem, and also you have the information about where it came from. So, any other preparations other than Nil gearing up?
I
Okay,
think during this whole process, Donna's been kind of sitting in the corner, just meditating and, centering themselves and all of that. Listening to the others debate and talk, but whenever the commander says it's time to go down, I hop up and I head out to the turbo lift.
nice. So all six of you head out to the turbo lift, and then you head down the turbo lift, and
As it starts going down, I think Evnos is just like, everyone make sure your boots are strapped down and tight.
Like, why wouldn't they be?
Because sometimes it is the little things we do not think about that will get to us.
What else should I be worried about?
Worry is not the right word. It is what preparedness and tactical awareness can you bring to this?
But I mean, like if I'm forgetting boots, there's like 100 other things I could forget though, right?
There could be.
Why focus on the boots then? Is that
It is
oh,
Lolly. Oh, sorry, you were being unreasonable, so I said your name.
oh, okay.
the whole conversation just I say you're doing great. Sylphony, I think, is in the back of the turbo lift, and she does that thing where she just rocks her weight for the balls of her feet and then to her heels. And she's just excited, trying not to draw anyone's anger. Volley near the front. Just oh, and then she realizes what she's doing. She stops, so she just stands there. Their hands clench and unclench and unclench, and then turbo lift reaches. You hear a soft voice and tone. Hanger opens up, and you see it just spreads out in the space opera Star Wars style. You see hundreds of clones moving gear, retrofitting certain, and then there in the area you see a group of shiny white clone trooper armored squad, and they are preparing an LAAT. So I should probably pull a picture just so we can look at it, because that would be a good thing for me to have already done. But it is an LAAT gunship, a low altitude assault transport gunship. Those who've watched any of the prequels would probably remember these things. Oh, that's a good pick. I found a very good pick. Thank you, Google. So this is the LAAT. That is the Republic insignia. It has forward gun array, pilot and co-pilot, and also has a rotating 360 gun. These doors here will open up. That's how you enter and egress from the ship. And you're on with a half squad of clone troopers. They all look the same, and they chat back and forth with each other. And then as you guys approach, they all stand and like drop not drop to the ground, but like put down whatever they have and immediately stand at attention. So they all stand at attention for all of you, it seems. How do you react to that?
I think Neil just stalks past them and into the ship.
Nice. Yeah, step on board the ship as they one of them quickly opens the door for you. And you step aboard, and there's a place where you put on helmets to be able to communicate with the pilot, or you can just sit. I'm thinking it's definitely designed to be very much like a Bell Huey style helicopter. So if that imagery helps you, there are there are straps. You can actually strap yourself down, but there's also handrails, so you can just stand there. And there's a gun placement fixment. I don't know if that's a thing Neil would necessarily pick, but it's not currently mounted, but it is very much made to go to war. What about a
Think,
lolly, huh? Oh, sorry, go ahead. Neil.
no, I think Neil definitely straps herself in because she's not good on spaceships.
Yeah, I think I just make a beeline for the vehicle without making eye contact with any of the clones. Just like, okay, we are going ahead, we are doing it. Let's go. Okay, this is happening. Let's just do it.
Thana, what about you? How do you react to their very firm dedication to you guys are in charge?
So I think I walk up. I think once we get into the LAAT, as it takes off, I start to give them a briefing. This is what we're doing. This is who we are. Um, and I turn to Nil. Oh, my accent. Um, I s- basically say, uh, Evnos is good at dealing with people. Um, I am here, like all of us, to commune with the Force and make sure that the Force follows us and allows us to complete our mission. Nil is very good with treacherous events. Alali is a good friend. Get to know them well. Um, and uh, who of you will be going with us, and who are the pilots that will be staying on board?
So you see two of them. We will now give them their designations. So BT 104 is the sergeant, and we're going to say that BT 499 is the pilot. Sergeant BT 104 140. Wait, I wrote down two different versions. So we will call 104 BT 104. And over here, this is your primary pilot, BT 499. They're well rated. And over here's, and they'll list off the various BTs that I am happy, and I'll now offer up to you guys. If you want to give BT designations to the remaining 1, 2, 3, 4 clones that I have pictured in the NPCs thing, please do so.
And I think while they're making introductions, I go over and I pull up like a little hollow display of what you have for Golm, the listening post.
Mhm.
Um, and I say our primary task is to evac the survivors and then find out what's going on. And um, we'll be moving in first to make sure the area is clear, and then you can hold the areas as we reach into them.
Yes, sir.
And I turn to Nil almost as if I'm asking for permission or backup or something like that. Kind of nod a little bit. You have any response to that?
Well, you are my love currently, so I want to support
Apparently.
you. Currently. So I do want to support you. I think like just grudgingly nodding and like showing agreement.
And I think if I can take over narration for the clones, I think that they see that interaction that I'm briefing them, but Neil's the one who is saying good job. Like, yeah.
I like that.
Yeah, like you're the XO and I'm the actual person in charge. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I like it. Neil doesn't like it, but I do.
Very cool. Uh, I think, gosh, who would Sophie go sit by? Um, yeah, I think she'd sit by a lolly. Hey, I think these guys have to do whatever we say. Like we could tell them to like do push-ups or
Why
dance
would
for
why
us,
would you want
right?
them to do push-ups?
I don't know. Maybe dancing though? That would be cool.
You just want to boss people around?
A little bit, don't you?
No,
Why not?
I screw up enough stuff by myself.
You don't screw up stuff. You're great.
I lost one of my lightsabers.
Okay, well, okay. So other than that, though, you passed the trial.
Yeah, but if you
I
lost
didn't
your
pass
lightsaber, how would
trial.
you feel? Or
Well,
did
you
something else
had two.
terrible?
You
Like
had a spare. It was like a spare. It's fine.
I don't think I feel comfortable telling other people what to do right now.
Mm,
You
okay,
can do what you like. I'll just be a really good friend, I guess.
you are a good friend.
Yeah.
It, she, of course, is an NPC, but she's trying to comfort or support you, and it sounds like you're
Ooh.
not opening up to her, and that's
Yeah.
perfectly okay if you are not opening up to her. I think maybe I'm going to tell them that they have to sing you a song to make you feel better.
I don't want them to sing me a song.
What's your favorite song?
I don't know what a song is. Stop.
If
We should be
Neil,
focused on the mission, not whatever you're doing.
I'm focused on the mission. It's all about the mission.
Aren't you worried about what's gonna be there or not there?
Yeah, we all have lightsabers and force training. We're good at this stuff.
Yeah, but what if there's other people with lightsabers and force training down there that
Well, I've
aren't?
been dueling. We just kick the crap out of a whole droid that does nothing but fight, Jedi. So we're really good at this.
So you've never lost a duel?
Well, of course I've lost duels, but that was against, better fighters, and most of them are here.
You've
So
never made any mistakes when you're dueling?
I, it sounds as if you're trying to maybe provoke her, like you're trying to make her scared. Or are you using
Ooh. Yeah, let me see. I don't know. Yeah, maybe provoking.
cool. Let's see you do it.
Yeah. You said a new thing. Let's see. Provoke. 12.
Dang, you are great at provocation.
Do they rise to the bait?
And what is it that you're trying to, she's going to, for sure. But what's the thing that you're trying to
I
get
think
her to do?
I think I'm trying to get her to take this more seriously.
Okay. Um, yeah, I think that you give her the afraid condition.
Nice.
And Sylphanie says, I guess, okay, but they wouldn't make us do this if we were gonna fail.
The Jedi wouldn't let someone fail? Is that what you're saying?
Y-
They
yes?
wouldn't
Mhm.
leave someone behind if they didn't do something right?
The ship comes out of light speed. That feeling of forward momentum stopping, and then that brief moment of weightlessness before the sublight engines kick in, and uh, you can see it. It lands a lolly as her countenance shifts, and a bit of what you're feeling you've just spread onto someone else, and maybe that makes you feel just a little better because
Yeah, a little
then
bit.
you're okay to be slightly afraid. Evnos, even though you don't make eye contact with Volley, she is just whatever you're doing, she's trying to do that. She's fallen into little sister mode, hardcore. How do you handle that, Evnos? Are you standing? Do you take a seat? Are you strapped in? What are you doing once the LAAT is about to take off?
Yeah, he goes towards the front by a pilot seat. He will take a seat, he will strap in, and he is focusing on the individual driving the ship. He remembers his last time doing it, and it maybe not going as well as he might have liked. And so he's like, I will focus and I will learn.
Nice. Uh, BT 104 starts calling out orders. 003, get in the bubble. And then one of the clones climbs up into, if you take a look, they're in one of the little bubble turret things, and they start getting ready as if they're going on an assault run. Um, then the pilot, you overhear the chatter Evnos as the pilot is in communication with the bridge, and then the hangar bay opens up. Doors open. You see the beautiful purple gas giant underneath you. You see there's a little force shield. So as the doors open up, of course, physics doesn't pull you out of there. The vacuum of space is untouched by the magic science of Star Wars technology. And then the LAAT starts to lift up, and you hear the pilot as he flips a bunch of switches, and he's calling into the bridge and gets permission from the captain to disembark. And the LAAT does the thing where it tips slightly forward and starts heading, flying towards the hangar opening, and then poof, there's that moment where you pass through the force shield and you feel the lack of gravity. Things start to move a bit. I know in Star Wars we don't do a whole lot of like zero G stuff, but there is a moment between current geosynchronous orbit above the listing post where the beacon is and the LIAT before it hits the atmo of the gas giant, not the atmo, but like to the gravity well of the gas giant, where things maybe float up just slightly, and the LAT continues forward, and then boom, everything shifts in as the LAT hits enough atmosphere that you see the heat shields, and then feel the pull of gravity back down to the deck, and then we do a screen wipe, and the ship is pulling in to the landing bay, which is actually just beneath the dish. And yeah, I think that is a good suggestion for us to take our mid-game bio break. So, the six Padawans upon this unnamed, brand new, shiny LAAT Republic gunship, you have entered you have just landed at listening post Golm, and when you as you're approaching the landing, the pilot 104 says, "Oh, it's interesting. It's no response. It's fine. I'll do a manual landing. Looks like everything's down." Um, as you look upon the part of the listening post that is above ground, it appears to be active. Like it looks like it has power. Um, and in fact, Alali, you actually see someone in what's designated as the control room that is underneath the dish. They see the ship coming in, and it's a see a pair of human eyes, woman, older, and she seems surprised and looks down and up, and then leaves the visual area, heads deeper into the room. The LAAT lands, and um, doors open up into the thing. There is breathable atmosphere. It's Star Wars, so we're not going to worry about vac suits, crazy silly stuff like that. So it is a gas giant, but there is some breathable atmosphere. Maybe there's some atmospheric generators. We don't need to worry about that. Don't hate me. But doors open up, and you see a clone trooper. He's not in uniform. He's in a set of look like engineer coveralls. Looks just like the clone troopers with you guys. And he says, we didn't, and then he will salute when he sees the padawans start to file out. We didn't receive any communication that you were on your way. In fact, we only had visual confirmation of your arrival. I'm Ledger.
You've not been communicating with anyone from what we've been told.
He seems surprised by that information, and he says, um, I'll speak with the chief technician, but we've got no notification there's any problem.
So I told
Please,
you.
please come inside.
And I think I'm kind of shepherding Volley, just making sure she's like in the middle of our group, kind of, because I am worried about her.
I think as Nil is serving as like speaker in this moment, Evnos is assessing the situation. He is taking practical regard of what is going on. His eyes are shifting. He is feeling out with the force and his emotive abilities as a Zeltron to try to get a better read on what Ledger, in quotes, is saying.
Cool. So you're being mindful of your surroundings. Go ahead and give that a roll. A strong hit, it seems. So you get 3 questions. When you act on those answers, you take +1 forward to doing so. Okay, you're muted. Just making sure you're aware.
Thank you. I didn't hit the button hard enough. What here is the biggest threat?
Hey, Evnos, you didn't notice this on the data pad. You didn't notice this on the approach, but you're being mindful of your surroundings. And the force feels different here. It feels different here than it did in the air above here. It feels like it's a bubble, like you've entered some kind of barrier coming in here. Does it feel like a fair answer to your question?
Yeah, can I ask a bit of a like clarifier on it?
Sure.
Does by bubble, does it feel like it is keeping things in or not letting things out?
It feels as if it is keeping things in some kind of stasis.
A stasis, okay. Um, then what here is in the greatest danger?
Um, no one and everyone. If nothing changes, then no one can be harmed. If nothing changes, then no one's truly alive. Sorry, I'm
Spicy.
being. Is it a fair answer?
Um, I mean, it's a little cryptic.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, it's a little cryptic. Um, Let me know how this phrasing is because it's a bit of a modification on an attempt. How can I utilize my Zeltron abilities to suss out the issue here, or
You,
to use to my advantage, maybe?
um, hmm. Your Zeltron abilities allow you to affect the emotions of others. You may be able to
Yeah, and like sense them.
sense folks, get people on your side if that's how you choose to deal with a problem.
Okay. Ledger, what's today's date?
And he snaps off a date from 6 days ago.
I see. I will make meaningful eye contact with Thana.
Yeah, Thani, you're aware of that. That is not the right date.
Um, so we're headed out, and who's staying on the ship? A couple of the troopers, right?
Yeah, the sergeant will ask the pilot and co-pilot to stay behind in case you need to leave quickly. Go ahead and do post-flight ops. And they get down and they'll start working on refueling and checking to make sure everything is still in tip-top shape.
So
Uh,
I'm gonna ask, probably Clone Trooper 0808, um,
okay.
to hop on one of the included speeders in the LAAT and do reconnaissance and
Speeder or speeder
report.
bike? You mean speeder
Speeder
bike?
bike. I'm sorry, speeder bike. Yeah, do reconnaissance in the area and transmit back to base. Um, and I think it's,
Hmm.
once you get far enough out, at your furthest point, that's when you should transmit.
Yes, sir. As a pause, they refer to all of you as sir. Like
Yeah.
that is so. Rich is not misgendering you. He's doing their protocols. Just want to make sure. Yes, sir. And they, 0808 heads over and grabs down, like pulls a little grab fixtures to pull down the speeder bike and changes his helmet to the speeder bike helmet because that amuses me. The idea that there's a special helmet for speeder bikers and then takes off. The squad forms up. 104 is waves you guys on, and then you guys will start heading inside the listening post. We do have the listening post uploaded, but I can share a pic in case folks want to like blow it up or something. So I'll share a link to the pic, which I'm pretty sure. Oh no, I did a direct upload, so let me upload that. What do you wish to do?
I think
Neil,
Neil just understands that Evnos and Thana have figured something out, but she hasn't clocked it. So she's just head on a swivel and just trying to uh, look around about what's going on and making sure there's nobody hiding behind something that's going to jump out at them.
human woman in her 40s comes up. You recognize her as the person that you saw make visual contact. And she says, "Hello, I'm the station commander, Lysa Vorn." Um, sh- she looks. There's a moment of confusion of like, there are a lot of clone troopers and some kids. Who's in charge here? And how can I help you? I apologize for not knowing that you were coming.
We've been told that you haven't sent any communications. We're here to fix that.
She pulls out a little comm unit. Hey, Krex, can you make your way up here? I'm in the middle of something. Well, there are some Republic troopers and some other people here. I'll be right up. Uh,
And I'll
apologies,
step
but I'm
forward.
not aware
I'll
of
step
the
forward.
any problems with the listening post.
I'll step forward and say we are from the Jedi Temple. We have been sent here.
Oh, and
Um,
there's this thing of like, these are Jedi.
um, and there seems to be some confusion here. Today's date, and I'll provide that date, is different from the one that Ledger provided. So, and I'm going to have one of the other clone troopers keep in contact with 0808, who was on the speeder bike,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so that, they'll do, check-ins periodically. And I don't know what that time frame would be for
Yeah,
clone
it's
troopers, but
it's the speeder bike is fast, and
yeah.
so at basically at about 3 clicks, all communication stops.
Uh,
A Sullustan comes up. He's in a grimy set of coveralls that look as old as him. He peers up. Oh, baby Jedi, great. And the commander says, Krex, we've just been informed that we have not been transmitting for 6 days. No, it's not true. We've been transmitting. No interruptions. I could show you the energy flows.
What am I feeling off of this guy?
Yeah, he's really not happy that you're here.
Why are you so unhappy with our presence? And Evnos is gonna like take a step forward and kind of get in this guy's face a bit. Not in his face, but like just like I am going up to you, I'm looking you in the eye, I am.
Yeah, you're trying to provoke something
Yeah.
out of him. Great.
It-
Uh,
Tell me your secrets. Why are you not happy? We're Jedi. You should be happy.
that's right. Absolutely true in every way.
No.
Whew.
Oh wait, I am. Oh wait, okay, that's a level up. I mean, boo, but
Awesome. So you exert a bit of personnel force. You step to this Sullustan tech. You stand over him, like you loom over this guy. And he looks up at you, but there's also, you feel this push, invisible hand. It's not him. He didn't move. Please take a powerful blow.
oh snap, oh snap.
And you have only one condition marked, so you
This is true.
should be fine. Everything's gonna be fine.
I don't. Is there take a powerful blow on the moves?
There is not. So
Ooh.
what you can do is just blank out a move and
Yeah,
then
that's fine.
type in the added modifier. Uh,
Okay.
that one's one that I gotta take a powerful blow. Thank you for
8.
asking that.
or just with the roller, you might just have one entry that's just a generic flat roll.
Oh, the generic flat roll is don't choose a move. Just like you can just delete out, choose a
Oh,
move from the thing, and then you will
All
roll the dice. Yeah.
right, so that's
Okay.
an 8.
Awesome. And Now we have to go do a bunch of work. Oh my goodness. Okay. Now 7 to 9, choose one. Lash out at someone, provoke a fellow student to foolhardy action, and take advantage of your influence over them to inflict a condition. You give ground. The opposition gains a huge opening. You struggle past the pain. Mark 2 conditions. Now let me help you make that decision by describing more what that force or push does. Is it you
Yeah.
feel something press in on you, like you were exerting yourself, your Zeltron powers, and you feel something just collapse in around you, trying to hold that in. So make a choice on 7 to 9.
Uh, oof, oof, oof. Okay. I think it's gonna be a give ground, and what that looks like is Evanos not having a good response to this, and acting perhaps a little erratically by taking some foolhardy action. And so, as soon as he feels this precipice on his mind, as if something is trying to invade him, his lightsaber is out. It is activated. He is doing like a twirly hand move to like have it go in a circle, as if someone is around him. It'll catch them even if he can't see them. And is like, I am prepared for a battle. Something is attacking me. Like,
It's yeah, as soon as you pull your lightsaber out, the squad bring up their blaster rifles and they are forming around you like there is an immediate threat. What is it you see, sir?
something
104
is
says.
trying to break into my head. Who are you? What are you here? Your presence, your invisible hand is noticed. And he's just still swinging.
Yeah, I'm curious. There's no immediate answer, Evnos. Alali, uh, Evnos just got tripped.
Mhm.
Volley also draws her lightsaber, and she's standing near Evnos, trying to protect his back, and she is now marking afraid.
I think even as that was happening, I think I want to do like the reach out with the force thing and see if I can. I'm probing for anything that feels similar to what I felt on 1313, just to see like I got a bad feeling about this kind of thing.
Hmm. Yeah, that sounds good. So let's.
Um, would that be unleash the force to do that, or is that more of a assessing?
That's a great question. What's more important to you, to overcome an obstacle, extend your senses,
I
or
think
to
extending
try
the
to?
senses, I think. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I'm feeling for something that I would not otherwise be seeing, hearing, smelling. Cool. Do. There's that boom. That's a 7.
Awesome. So,
Um,
all right.
yeah. I
7 to 9
think
with Unleash. You mark a condition, or I'll tell you how the effect's unstable, temporary, or weakened.
hmm, I think I'm gonna mark afraid too. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
I think that means my lightsaber goes up when there's those as well.
Yeah, but you did get some information. You did reach out with your senses, and you remember a particular story, Alali, during one of the less boring lectures on the history of the Jedi Temple, of something that officially doesn't exist, but it is something called a vergence in the
Hmm.
Force. And some of the ways that it was described to you feel similar to what you feel here. Vergence, a force nexus,
Yeah.
uh, an unusual yet naturally occurring concentration of force energy localized around a place, object, or person.
Hmm. Yeah, I think I just like say out loud, like, yeah, Evanos, there's something really wrong with this place.
Should we leave? Is what Boye says. Volley says, maybe we should go. If it's broken and it's dangerous.
I
What
say
was our
no.
primary objective? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm going to turn to the person in charge, the administrator here, and
Uh-huh.
say we're going to do an investigation. Please let your people know. And I think we should start sweeping through the place from top to bottom.
Cool. All right. How do you break up? You've got six padawans and six members of the squad here. You could each go with just a single clone trooper and really split up, or you could go pairs of padawans. How you want to do this? Half of you are afraid. This is great.
I'd say always two there are, right? We should pair up. And probably, I think there's a pilot and co-pilot that are back on the
Yes.
LAAT, and then the speeder bike guy.
Oh, good
So I
point.
think there's three with us, and each of us should take a clone trooper.
There you go. So you're in three groups of three. Nice. All right. Give
And
me the roster.
I think I haven't drawn my lightsaber, but I'm like very agitated. And I think, Tana, are you sure this is a good idea? We could just leave. They say everything's okay here.
Well, he says maybe we should just evacuate everyone and then ask the masters what to do.
Ethnos and Olali say it's not okay here.
And
Yeah, but
this
they
is
don't.
clearly a test, right?
Fine, fine. But shouldn't we leave at least the troopers here so no one messes with our ship so we can leave?
There are two troopers that are back with the ship.
104 says, I left the pilot and co-pilot back there.
Well, okay. I guess Neil is not happy, but she is not going to put
All
up a
right.
fight either.
Time to roster up. Each of you have a trooper with you. Uh, Nil, who are you taking with you?
Which trooper?
Oh,
Or
yeah, you choose a trooper and choose a Padawan.
I think I'm grabbing volley. Just no, wait, I wouldn't do that. I would grab he. I think I want to stick with Thana because Thana is my love. So I that's where I feel yeah.
Alali, who do you take with you?
Let's go with Sylvie.
Nice. After you scared her, you got Sylvie with you. Which means, Evnos, you're stuck with little sister.
Not only that, I think Evnos will look towards Ledger and say, "You are to stick with me. Commander Gage has called you out specifically as a vital informant. You are not to leave my
Gage?
sight."
I haven't spoken with Gage in a while. Of course, sir. So Ledger will say, I can show you around. I've been working here for quite a while. And he will escort you, and Volley will stick right behind you. And he will take you to um, the main, basically, he's going to take you from the array station, and we have reservoir power core, and of course, we call it the cantina, but it's not much of one, and quarters, and then of course the main desk over here. What are you interested in, sir?
I want to see logs and data from the last day or two of signals and encounters.
Yes, sir. Let's go
I
into the
want to.
array station,
Mhm.
and he
Yeah.
will lead you in. You're still effectively on the surface here.
Yeah. And Evnos' head is like 360. He is not like he is watching. He still has his lightsaber out and active.
Yeah, Volley still has hers out as well. She's following your lead, which is maybe not the best choice. This is great. I think, Evnos, you're feeling her fear and you being slightly fearful. Is there something weird with the number on the map? Oh, there isn't a two. Son of a gun. You're right. Son of a gun. Okay. No, there is a two. Two's
Like
on the dish.
There's not a 5.
There isn't a five. Yeah,
there
there
is.
is.
Yeah.
No, no, I'm
Middle,
sorry.
middle.
If
Oh,
you look at
there's not a
the
5 on the list.
on the
There's not a
list,
five on the listing post. Yeah, okay. What in the hell?
And
It's
and there's
the thing that's numbered 5 looks like a cantina, but
Mhm.
cantina is number 4,
yeah,
and there
okay.
are two number 4s.
I got all excited and found a map, and I decided to code it over, and evidently
Mystery
we can
screwed
room.
up big time.
yeah we can figure it out. We can just
Yeah,
basically
yeah, yeah.
not pay attention to the numbers. It's pretty clear what it is.
I'll fix it while we're playing anyway. Sorry for that, guys.
You don't need to fix it right
How
now.
dare you?
I just wanted to point out that there was some confusion. I didn't want to make a whole
No,
thing
I
of it.
appreciate you pointing it out. Yeah, I see where I see where I did. Yeah, man, oh man, that's great. Okay,
So
awesome.
I think who is it who's staying on the top? Is that Evnos?
Sounds like it.
Wasn't it just the troopers or yeah.
No, I
Evnos
think
Evnos
wanted
were
to look
going
through the
with
logs.
Ledger.
yeah. So I think Evnos is in the top section with the array station and all of that, along
Oh,
with
right.
Ledger. Nil, how about you and I take the next level down, which is going to be probably quarters
I think
Yeah,
so, yeah.
yeah,
and a
that makes
main.
sense.
Yeah, yeah. And then
Hmm.
we'll and I want to take the chief technician with us.
Okay,
Um,
so you've got
I think it's a good idea for it. So Ledger goes with one group, um, the chief technician goes with the other, and then the commander can go with the third.
okay. That sounds great.
Yeah.
I have fixed it, so I will upload a new version into our character keeper. Under Golem, you'll see it. The numbers will fix. The font will be jacked, but whatever. And there we go. All right. Let's go with Alali. Where Alali, where are you headed? With Thana, right? Or Nil? No, Alali's with Sylphie.
Yeah.
Nil's with Thana. And Evnos is with Alali. So Alali, where do you and Sylphie head?
Let's go. Let's just head all the way down. Let's go to the reservoir power core area.
Nice. So you start heading down the ladder towards the reservoir slash power area, and you hear the low hum of the power core. And first, you stop off to head into the reservoir. There are these large tanks, and you see that there is a person who's here, like a worker. Oh, uh, hello, welcome to the reservoir. They point out, oh, here's where we do our water extraction. We pull it into these big tanks here. And as this person, he's explaining to you how the reservoir station works. Um, Alala, you see sliding through the wall behind him is a Shistavanen. It's Cyril. And he hasn't reacted to her. She's moving stealthily, and you see her pop.
I
She
was like, behind
ignites,
you.
and he glances back, and that's when you see Cyril raise the lightsaber, and she's going to cut him in
Yeah,
half. What do you
I got
do?
jump forward and ignite and block that.
Awesome. I think you are directly engaging a threat.
I believe I am. Fortunately, I just marked afraid, so
Hey, you are a potential generating engine.
I am. Okay, let's see. Do, 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 do. That's still a 5.
Wow, you went from fail to fail. This is so good. Awesome. So you leap forward, igniting your orange lightsaber to block the attack from Cyril out of nowhere. And when you strike and your two lightsabers ignite, it explodes and you're thrown back into the reservoir. Please take a powerful blow.
Yeah. Let's see. Fortunately, I am stubborn as a Gundark, so I'm gonna roll with Knight there, which is one. Oops.
Did I not code in Stubber as a Gundark? Oh, thought I did.
Let me see. Stubborn as a Gundark. There we are. Oops. I put in a number instead of a. There we go. Do, 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 do. There we go. Okay, stubborn as Gundark. An 8. Stand strong and choose one. On 7-9, mark another condition.
Sweet. So what condition do you mark and what option do you take from Stubborn as a Gundark?
Hmm. Let's do angry. Yeah, like
Nice.
she's doing here.
Sweet. Uh, that's fantastic. Yeah, you slam against the reservoir. It's one of those huge metallic conical things. Feel it against your back, and then um, in that moment, you see the Cyril basically starts to force choke this engineer, and his eyes
Um,
grow, and he's
I want
he's
to
clutching at
maintain
nothing.
the attacker's attention, exposing weakness or vulnerability.
Okay, cool. So yeah, she starts that, and then what is it you do to pull her attention away to where she ignores?
I think just like yelling, like, "No, what are you doing here?
Nice.
Why? Why are you here?"
I'm here to take the other one. And then she moves forward, and we cut away from you. Uh, we we cut away from you when we see Sylphony's shocked reaction of like, um, so, Nil and Fauna, Evnos has gone to with uh Ledger to get information, right? You're with Ledger and Alali and Sylphony gone down. So Nil and Thonda, you were with the commander, right?
We're with the chief technician.
Chief Tech. That's right. You took the Chief Tech, our Sulliston buddy. Corrects. Cool. So, what do you kids want? What do I need to show you so you'll get out of here?
We're gonna look around, um, and on the second level. So let's just do a quick inspection. You'll tell us if you see anything out of place. We'll look at the same.
Oh, great. Well, if I thought something was out of order, I would have taken care of it, kids.
I am angry. I'm not going to put up with that. I think I'm going to like push him up against the wall, and I'll put from one of the things I brought with me. I assume I have something that can show a date on it. And I just show this is today's date. This is not the date you have here. Something's wrong.
Nice. I love that. That seems like a thing that should provoke a reaction from him, right? You're
Yeah.
trying to get him to buy into something weird is going on.
Yeah, I think I want him to accept that everything is not okay. I think that's all. Is that provoke someone?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So consular, but I think do I have a thing here? Yeah. When I provoke someone with obvious threats and shows of force, I roll with renegade instead of consular. Think throwing them up against the wall should count as violence
Yes, that definitely feels like violence.
or show of force.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, so let's see how this works then. What is that called? That is not terribly subtle. Not terribly subtle. And a roll, and that is a 10.
Ah, very nice. Very, very nice. Oh, as a reminder of the uh, should have added a team to the pool at the beginning of the session, so I have done that. And not terribly subtle. Strong hit for NPCs on a 10 plus. They rise to the bait and do what you want, or they have to mark a condition, their choice. He's not going to mark a condition. You show the date. He peers at it for a little bit. There's a point where he probably would have just snatched that out of your hand, but then he thinks better of it because you're not terribly subtle. And he says, okay, yeah, that's weird. Okay, I get it. But it's got to be a Jedi thing.
Yeah, that's why we're here. And I let it go and I look to Thana like, what's with these people? Why do we have to deal with this crap?
Uh, yeah. And so he's now bought in. You have convinced him that there is a problem. He's no longer going to be naysaying you or gainsaying your actions. He will lead you to the command center, um, and you guys will start working through the logs to identify what might be out of order, what they have missed. Up in the array station, Evnos, that's where we have the logs of communications going in and out. And Evnos, as you sit down uh, at the console station, um, Ledger's pointing everything out, and then you notice that all of the details, all the communication is going to some organization called the Black Sun.
That's a name I heard before, right? Isn't that the
It's a
thing that
criminal organization that those
Yeah.
people in that cantina down in the underground thought you were part of.
Yes. Uh, Evnos will immediately pull out like a. I'm assuming there's got to be some high technical version of a notepad or something.
Sure, yeah, like a little data
Yeah.
pad.
Little data pad, and we'll start immediately putting that information in. And I imagine he's got some variation of what would be in our time like a shared Google Doc with Stacey. So essentially, Stacey and him are both on it. So Stacey theoretically should see what gets saved onto it.
Theoretically,
Theoretically, yeah, theoretically.
instant communication of data over that's not really a Star Wars thing. Think 70s tech.
Okay.
Um, so like you could put stuff onto a data crystal and then transport the data crystal. You can
Okay.
do hollow communication, but the idea of instant communication over a holonet is a little more problematic, even in the Clone Wars timeline.
So, okay, so he'll start taking that down and look to Ledger. I've heard that you are considered a reliable source.
I am. What do you need, sir?
Take an impartial view of everything going around in this place with the information you now know. Time is missing. Things aren't sending. What is your deduction?
Um, Never run into any problems with time, sir. Uh, but it's possible that there is some kind of infiltration here that we haven't detected. And Volley is, of course, been hovering near you, Avnos, and she looks over your shoulder at all of the logs, and she says, "The Black Sun? They're, they're a bunch of criminals. They're evil."
Evnos gives her such a what the fuck are you doing look. Like, she just like says it like, and he's like, oh, really? You're just gonna. And his shift will immediately stop copying things down to look to Ledger to see if there is a response to him hearing Black Sun.
Uh, there's a bit of, okay, he's heard that term. Uh, uh, mm, I'm not sure that's true. Uh, and he will start to move through. He'll ask to sit down at the terminal and he'll start clicking away.
Hmm.
And he starts dictating, no, this is a Republic installation. There are no issues or no communications going out to the Black Sun. He's saying this as if he's reading off of the screen where you're seeing that every piece of information is transmitted specifically to a Black Sun organization. That this listening post, which he explains to you is listening for separatist activities and troop movements, is reporting everything to the Black Sun. And Valley says, no, he's part of it. And then she has her lightsaber out.
Oh,
What do you
Ev
do?
Evnos's hand immediately goes to like stop her lightsaber, like before
Okay.
she can even make an
How
action.
I'm curious, how do you stop? Like trying to grab for her wrist or something? Or
What kind of lightsaber does she have?
that's a great question. We've talked about Sylphony, which she has that like banana shaped lightsaber. What do we think is an interesting lightsaber design for Volley? So part of me that is amused by the idea that she hasn't exactly grown out of her youngling, and so she has a real short lightsaber, like it's a little dagger size lightsaber. Maybe she's built onto the hilt so she can actually still hold it with her young adult hand. Fisher Price, my first lightsaber. There we go. Yeah. So it's like a light short sword. It's a short lightsaber, very, very short.
Yeah, Evnos immediately goes for the wrist, and his thumb goes like right to where the the muscle tendon would be.
Ooh, I don't think she wants that to happen. I'd like to see you
Hmm.
directly engage a threat.
Sure.
She is high on alert and afraid.
Yeah.
So,
Am I ignoring an obvious danger to myself?
yeah, I think so. You're grabbing a person who has a lightsaber. This feels like ignoring an obvious danger to yourself.
Okay. Jesus, that's a six.
Let us remind you that you do have team.
Oh, I do have
If
team.
if you want, you can spend team selfishly. What that does is that means that you're going to shift whatever label you just rolled with up by one and shifts another down. That way you get a +1 and push that to a 7. But in order to do that, spending team selfishly is you have to say how your actions ignore or insult your teammates.
Oh. Oh, that yeah, I'm gonna do that. I think that's very apropos for where he is right now.
Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
I think he is immediately, without even bothering to talk to her or be like, wait, he's like, no, you're about to do a stupid thing. I'm gonna stop you from doing a stupid thing and physically like as if again, as if she was a Padawan and he was a master. Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sounds great.
and so
Yeah.
we'll shift night up
Uh-huh.
and we will shift ordinary down.
Appropriate. Cool. Remove one team from the pool, so it should go from 2 to 1. And that gives you a weak hit. With a weak hit on Fortune's favor, you take something from them. Seems like that's what you were headed after.
Hmm.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you put your thumb right there, and that extinguishes her lightsaber. And I think you hit a pulse point. She drops it and clatters on the ground. And she, why, why are you defending the Black Sun?
I am not defending the Black Sun. I am defending a stormtrooper. It is clear that this is not. You look at his face, and look at his face. Look at the contours of emotions. Look at the way he's moving. Feel him with the force. This is not an intentional deception. Something is glazing over his facets and making him unaware of what is going on.
Are you doing that?
Excuse me?
Well, you're the one who made me afraid. You make you make people feel things.
Go back to the ship, Volley.
You- I'm I think you need to provoke her.
Yeah.
Uh, just taking command here and telling her to go back to the ship. I'd like to see you provoke. Oh,
13.
wow. Yeah. So for NPC, they rise to the bait and do what you want or mark a condition. I think and then she will walk out of the room, leaving you
Don't forget
with
your
legend.
lightsaber.
Nice. She meekly comes back and picks up her light. No, no, no. She does a thing where she meekly like reaches her hand, pulls it up, and then affixes it back on her little belt. That's great. That's great. That's great. Cool. I think we can sneak in one quick scene. So I'd like to snap back to Alali. You've pulled the attention of Cyril to you. She stopped trying to choke that engineer and now is rushing forward towards you. And sorry, just saw a note in Zoom chat. So Cyril comes towards you, and you can tell, Alali, she's coming an overhand strike, and if you dodge out of the way, she's gonna ruin that reservoir tank behind you. And you can tell that maybe it's a feint to do that specifically.
Mm.
What do you do?
I'm gonna let her hit me.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. So she raises the lightsaber, rushing forward towards you, and you do the Obi-Wan thing of like surrendering
Yeah.
to it. Like you just lower.
Yeah, I think I like my lightsaber goes aside. I put my other hand forward. It's like, no, don't.
Cool. And she brings it down to that very last moment, and just before you can feel the heat of the lightsaber splitting your skull open, and then she disappears entirely. And you still hear a humming lightsaber that's not your own as Sylphania is standing there staring at you. The engineers laying on the floor. Why did you why did you choke him?
What?
And then we'll stop our session right there. So, in the end of the session, we have some things. Remember, the question I'll ask is, did you grow closer to your teammates, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from your teammates? Let's kick this off with Thana. Did you grow closer to your team, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from your team?
I think I grew closer.
Yeah. Who made you feel welcome?
I think Nil did. Yeah.
Oh, you give influence to nil, and you, Thana, may clear a condition or mark potential.
Okay.
I think Neil, you already had influence over Thana. Is that right?
Yes.
Let me see. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay, you get to shift one of Thana's labels up and another down. And while you're thinking through that, we will ask Alali, did you grow closer, grow into your own image of yourself, or grow away from your teammates?
I think I grew away.
Explain
Um,
how you feel detached.
yeah, I think it's partly like ooh, there's like there's a seed of distrust, I think, for the Jedi, sending us into things that we can't handle, and maybe using that to leave us behind when we don't do the thing. And maybe not telling us everything they could about stuff that's happening, as evidenced by whatever the fuck is going on here. Yep.
Cool. You may take influence over you away from another character.
I think Thana makes the most sense.
Donna is the
Got
one
it.
who's smartest and definitely knows what's going on. It's perfect.
Good
Awesome.
kitty.
Neil, how did you shift Thana's labels?
Knight down, renegade up. I think they are not thinking this through and being putting us at risk.
Neil, now please answer the question. Did you grow closer, grow away, or grow into your own image of yourself?
Grow away. Everyone seems to just be going along with all this crazy crap when we could just leave.
Take influence over you from one character.
I think I'll go with Thana.
Oh, oh man, that hurts my heart.
Yep.
And then Evnos, did you grow closer, away, or grow into your own image of yourself?
I think it's his own image.
Explain how you see yourself and why, and shift labels. One label up, another down. Your choice.
Yeah, I think right now he's caught between this vision of what he thinks Stacey sees in him, as well as what Sora has said, and trying to be a man of action, so to speak. Uh, so what he wants to theoretically be uh, is, or what I think he's pushing out there is this savant,
Mm-hmm.
this like power, this difference, this other. And what he is so harshly rejecting is this ordinary, this anything that would make him less than. He wants to be the special snowflake Jedi with the magical powers that are even more magical than the other Jedi, and he is going to lead with them.
Cool. How are you shifting your labels?
I put Savant up one and Ordinary down two.
Awesome. I got about to sing. Sorry.
Bless you.
Sorry about that. Okay, great. Let's see. Stars and wishes. Let's see. Did we do? We continued the thing with Cyril, I think, a little bit. So I'm gonna mark that. Petty BS continue a little bit more. Yeah, sure. I think we saw some petty BS go on. Emotional spiral, where it goes. I think we saw some of that. So Zeltron problems. I pushed on that. So I try my best to hit all those. Don't know if he necessarily saw Clone Wars action, but hopefully they will go there. So we start with wishes so we can end with stars. Who has wishes?
Find out more about what the heck is going on in this Star Wars mothership situation. Something ain't right.
Perfect.
Uh, I'll hit that again. Yeah, I want to know what Black Sun's doing here. What's going on? What's happening? Uh, and I want to see some kind of emotionally charged scene with the PC Padawans. The other Padawans can be there, but I want to see like us really butting heads, so to speak. It doesn't have to be butting heads, but some kind of really strong emotional charge.
For sure. Stephen or Andesh?
I don't really have anything.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything specific to add either.
Okay. You went last with Black of Wishes. Do you have any stars, Andesh?
Yeah. Super fun session. Um, cool to see everyone's different reactions to this weird thing that's going on here. Um, yeah. I'm not sure how much the reaction against us being sent on this mission was me and how much was Neil, but I think me and her agree that this is was a stupid idea to send some Padawans on this. But yeah,
Well, I mean, obviously you're wrong because the Jedi are infallible and make the
yeah,
best and
yeah, yeah,
wisest
right.
decisions. They are not
But I
having
love
space
that
coffee
they're
in the in the officers' lounge. Sorry.
yeah, yeah. But big star for doing that, for sending us off on our own. I mean,
Yeah, got to. Steven, did you have any wishes? Sorry, stars? Proceeding too slow
Yeah,
today.
yeah. So I really liked how basically contentious everyone else was. Like with the masters, with the, commander down here, with, basically everybody was like, why are you doing that? And, I'm going to jump in your face. And that was very entertaining.
It was wild. It was very emotionally charged. You guys are little hotheads. Why are they letting you run around? You're so dangerous. It's great. Great. Thank you so much, Stephen. And then Kate, did you have any stars?
Oh yeah, star on Dash for Nail, just absolutely having none of this. Just like this is bullshit, and really like as that kind of rivalry kind of vibe with Evnos, really ramping that up. I thought that was like a really great juxtaposition between the two in that moment. Mark, I love seeing a hotshot be so vulnerable and concerned. Like that's very fun. A lot of hotshots are very bravado forward, which is not a bad thing, but it was great to see those moments of Alali really questioning when Enos was like, "Hey, double check your shoes." She's like, "Wait, why am I shoot?" Like, just absolutely spiral over the smallest, which is makes so much sense for Padawan being on like their first dangerous mission alone, without their Jedi. Like, it's just yeah, chef kiss, so great. Uh, Again, Fauna is composed and delightful. Uh, Stephen, I think it really yeah, it continues to really set an interesting tone that I am excited to see like where she goes. Uh, I want to see what makes her crack. Uh, Rich, what a fun little adventure. Oh, the day is like, and you left such really great breadcrumbs that it was very easy to follow in character in terms of like, I know sometimes mysteries can be like a little, but like it was pretty easy to be like, oh, hey, this, and then let me intuitively ask this question and like follow that kind of rather easily as Evnos, so someone searching into things. Uh, Evnos hates volley. I think it's the stupidest, cutest little thing, and it's so bad. Uh, just all of that. I love the involvement of the Black Sun, and yeah, just yeah, superstars. I think the comment that made Rich trip up before was me in the chat being like, "Hey, what's everyone doing for the next 3 hours? Nothing, right? Cool, let's play more." That's how, that's a star in of itself. I'm like, I don't wish to stop. Give me more, thank you.
Awesome. And then Mark, bring us home. Do you have any last stars out there?
Yeah, yeah. Super fun all around. Like half, yeah, the like clearly something is wrong, and then slowly different aspects of that wrongness coming out in interesting ways. Is great. Yeah, and I think this situation has really brought out like not necessarily new aspects of everyone, but kind of like heightened specific bits. It was great to see all that coming from folks. Yeah, and yeah, yeah, lots of good stuff.
I don't know if everyone got my very, very gentle reference to the Acolyte TV show, but
Yeah.
okay, good. I thought I
You
saw
know,
that from you,
explain,
Mark.
explain. I don't Star Wars. Explain what happened.
Oh, in the big thing in the Acolyte was 8 episodes all around this particular thing called a Virgins that they found and all of the problems that it arose from it. So yeah, you heard about a thing, and I almost said, and there was an Acolyte involved. And I was like, oh, it's okay, it's two on the nose. Two on the nose. And I think it was Tua On who probably was teaching that class. She's the one who was like, no, you should know all the things, even the stuff they try to hide from you. Uh, Good session. I appreciate everybody being in the moment.
Yeah.
I realized it was a little bit of a mystery, and I hate those. They're the worst. So thank you all for being okay with it. Look forward to more. Unfortunately, Desh and Nil will be out next session, so we will work our way around
Probably.
that. Probably. Yeah. We'll probably. It's okay. Don't stress yourself. Traveling is a thing. I'm thinking maybe you get up like super early in the morning, so you're done traveling. That's joking.
It's not that
Oh,
well, we can talk about that later.
it's all good. I was an attempt at a joke that failed. Thank you all so much for playing.
So I
my
thought of
friend.
a wish
Oh, yes.
that I'd like to include. Once everything's settled down here and we go to in the LAAT back up to the beacon, I want to see what was more dangerous on the beacon that the masters had to take care of while we were down here. Does that make sense? I'm not
Mhm.
sure if I worded that well, but yeah.
And yeah, that makes sense to me.
Okay.
Yep.
I would like to pause on one little thing to say that Evnos is done just so your brain can nibble on it, Rich. It doesn't have to be like a big thing.
Uh-huh.
Um, so it's sending out this information, right, to the Black Sun.
That is what
I think
Evnos has discovered.
Evnos would just forward a message that say, debrief needed E. Rosenthal, like his last name.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Rolazol. So as it's yeah.
On the information stream to Black Sun,
Yeah,
correct?
exactly. The Black Sun. He's
Got it.
using his last name and maybe it'll work, maybe it won't.
Cool. All right. Things to ponder on. All right. With that, we will bring this session to a close. Thank you, everybody, for playing.